Greetings. My name is Kathy, and I'm with the Friends of Arlington's David M. Brown Planetarium in Arlington, Virginia. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020, and I'm here to tell you about just a few things you could see if you go outside and look at the night sky this week in Arlington, assuming that it's not too cloudy. First of all, quarantine hasn't really reduced light pollution, which is a real problem around here, so you still can't see very many stars from Arlington with the naked eye. But even with all the glare from the cities around us, there are still a few things you can observe. As the sky becomes dark, start out by looking to the west and admire the brilliant jewel that is the planet Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and similar to Earth in size, but it's very different in many other ways. The planet's surface is extremely hot, and the atmosphere would be poisonous for us. Venus is the brightest object in the sky after the Sun and the Moon, and right now it's visible until late at night, setting after 11 p.m. The planet is so bright because it's completely covered in thick, reflective clouds that hide its surface. If you are out before full dark, see how early you can spot the planet. It should be visible even in twilight, off to the west, about 40 degrees above the horizon. South of Venus, in the southwestern part of the sky, we're saying goodbye to one of the most distinctive constellations of all. That's Orion, the hunter. Why goodbye? Because Orion is a winter constellation, and as we move towards summer, it is up during the day and we can't see it. It won't be visible in the night sky. For the next couple of weeks, however, you can still catch a glimpse of it in the west early in the evening. The bright blue star that marks the foot of the hunter is Rigel. It is normally the brightest star in Orion and the seventh brightest star in the entire sky. Rigel is a massive blue supergiant star. Younger, hotter, brighter, and much bigger than our Sun. It's about 800 or so light years away from us. Just for reference, a single light year, that's about 6 trillion miles. At Orion's shoulder, or armpit, is a famous star with a funny name, Beetlejuice. This red supergiant is one of the largest stars we can see. If it were put in our solar system in place of the Sun, the star would extend beyond the orbit of Mars and out toward Jupiter. It's a variable star, which means that its brightness changes over time. It was in the news recently because it got a lot dimmer, which made scientists wonder if it was getting ready to explode in a giant supernova. It seems to be brightening back up now, though, so that doesn't seem likely. You should be able to see the 3 bright stars that make up Orion's Belt, but with all the light pollution, you might need binoculars to see the stars of the sword extending downward from the belt. The middle of that sword is actually a nebula, the Great Orion Nebula, a star creation zone of gas and dust more than 20 light years across and more than 1,000 light years away from Earth. If you draw an imaginary line from Rigel through Beetlejuice and keep on going high into the southern sky, you'll find Castor and Pollux, 2 bright stars that represent the heads of the twins in the constellation of Gemini. They're referred to as the twins. Pollux is an orange giant, and Castor is actually a group of 6 stars that appears as a single blue-white dot to the eye. To the left of Orion, and low near the horizon, is a brilliant star named Sirius. Sirius is the brightest star in our sky, but that's because it's relatively close, not because it's very big. It's only 8.6 light years away, which is practically next door as stars go. It is also, like many stars, a binary, which means there are actually 2 stars orbiting each other. They're so far away from us, though, that they appear as a single point of light rather than 2 different stars. Sirius is also known as the Dog Star because it's in Canis Major, the dog constellation. One of the easiest constellations to find in light-polluted skies like Arlington is another animal, Ursa Major, the Great Bear. To see it, you'll want to turn to face north. Since we're in April, the constellation is high overhead in the evening, and the bear looks like it's upside down. Many people know some of the stars in this constellation by a different name, the Big Dipper, because this group of stars looks like a big ladle. However, the Big Dipper isn't a constellation, it's called an asterism. An asterism is really any group of stars that forms a recognizable pattern or shape. An asterism may be part of one or more of the officially recognized 88 constellations. You can even make up your own asterisms from the stars you can see. Ursa Major is also what we call a circumpolar constellation, which means you can see it in the night sky all year round, unlike Orion. I hope you have a chance to go outside and look at the stars sometime soon. The sky is something we can all share even when we're in quarantine. Happy stargazing!